Hey guys, welcome back to the Gamer Emporium channel. Broheen here, and we're gonna take a look at another Mage spec. You getting tired of hearing that yet? The last two videos I did were exact same intro, so I'll think of something else. So we're gonna take a look at like a 10-man. Actually, this is actually full 10 or 20-man raid friendly Pyromancer and Archon mix called a Pyrochon. You need to put 41 in Archon, 35 in Pyromancer, and if you have Harbinger, use that for the off soul. If you don't have Harbinger, whichever one's going to give you any sort of decent buff, I guess. Not really sure what else is there, but there's not really much else for decent buffs with mages, honestly. But either way, that's this spec, so you want to keep Harbinger. Starting with the Archon tree, 5 in Soulfire, 3 in Favored Ally, 2 in Blood Pact, 4 in Vital Assistance, 2 in Altruist, 1 in Lava Field, 3 in Empowered Aegis, 2 in Speed and Numbers, 5 in Rising Vengeance, 2 in Lava Spout, 1 in Earthen Barrage, 1 in Purging Flames, 2 in Power and Numbers, 1 in Waning Power, 2 in Earthen Shards, 3 in Inspiration, 1 in Spark Shower, and 1 in Patron's Rage. Pyromancer tree is 35, that's 2 in Fiery Concentration, 5 in Ignition, 3 in Improved Combustion, 3 in Burning Fury, 3 in Innate Fire, 3 in Improved Flame Bolt, 2 in Ravenous Flames, 1 in Pyromancer's Armor, 3 in Wildfire, 5 in Improved Glyphs of Power, and 5 in Spark. Now I'm going to show you the macros, singular for typing it. Let's see, where are we? Archon. I don't know why this is in here. Stupid new macro interface. Alright, so with the macros, you have a Flaring Power macro. It casts Flaring Power, also it yells out to the raid that your Flaring Power is active. Lava Field, gonna change this for you because I don't like it. Basically what we have is Lava Field, suppress macro failures. You can have either target at mouse over UI or target at mouse over, and then cast at GTAE Lava Field, and then also in the raid it's going to say Lava Field. So what the mouse overs do is they let you more so, like if I want to cast Lava Field on this guy, I just have to hover over him here and then press my number 3 button while I'm hovering over him. It'll cast Lava Field on him. Want to check it out? Watch. Boom, Lava Field is over him in the center. So you can also do that by hovering over the person's name emblem, or over their emblem, or their name in the raid frame, and it'll work that way too because of the mouse over UI. The at GTAE makes it cast at that target. So that's basically that in a nutshell. I don't know. You guys are gonna have to give me a sec here to find my actual spam. There it is, in the wrong one again. Pay no attention to that. Alright, your Archon DPS. Show Flame Bolt, suppress macrofailures, cast Waning Power, cast Flame Bolt, cast Inferno, cast Volcanic Bomb, cast Earthen Barrage, cast Spark Shower. We have an Illuminate macro here. You usually don't need to do this because the Bard in your raid is going to take care of it, so I'm not going to go over it. It's just more or less to tell that you're casting Illuminate. Now you can use Purging or Cleansing Flames as a purge or a cleanse because we've spec'd into Cleansing Flames in the Soul Tree. So I have one set as a cleanse, which is target at self. Then your typical show Cleansing Flame, suppress macro failures, stop casting. Then it casts at GTAE, which is going to be at yourself. Target yourself here, and then cast at yourself Cleansing Flames. Your purge is going to be the same thing minus the target itself. Should have a stop casting and a cast at GTAE. So you can cast it at an enemy, it'll purge everything in the area. It's an AoE purge, and it has a cast time, so it does not go on a cooldown. So with that being said, you can purge over and over, or you can cleanse over and over. It's just going to take 1.5 seconds to 2 seconds in between with global cooldowns and whatnot. So it's kind of useful. Now, being an Archon, you're going to have to expect that in a raid you need an Archon and a Bard. It's a must. If you don't, it's kind of difficult to get through because nobody's DPS is on par to where it needs to be, or at least that's how it seems anyways. So your job is to debuff the enemy and make him take more damage, and also increase the raid's damage. So basically you have a lot of buffs just like in the Pyro tree. You want to use Pyromancer's Armor, Glyphs of Power, Flaring Intellect, Lightning Blade, and then whichever crystals you need. And then you have 3 auras. You're going to want to keep up Arcane Aegis, Vitality of Stone, and Shared Vigor. Those stay up for 4 minutes. If you have the crystal, you get a spell power increase for each one of these you have up. So with these, if your fight's going to last more than 4 minutes, you have to refresh them, which is where Patron's Rage comes in. It's a channel, does 68k fire damage over 6 seconds. This thing hits hard. It's on a 1 minute cooldown though, which is okay because you only need it once every 5 minutes. You should cast it on cooldown though, just because it does hit so hard. It refreshes your auras instantly, and you can tell this by, if I were to cast it here, you see the big nova that comes out from around me. So, and apparently there's no mechanic for that flame. Funny. So, keep that on cooldown, that way you know that your auras are always refreshed. I have my cleanse and my purge on 2 different buttons. I have my lava field on 1 button, and I have my flaring power on 1 button. Now, lava field is going to increase the damage of any party or raid member inside the circle that you drop on the ground. So you can either use it to damage an enemy, which is only 10k damage, not really worth it for the 1 minute cooldown. So cast it on the raid, below your feet or below someone else's, to increase their DPS. Better than that yet gets flaring power. This increases attack power and spell power by 15% on all party raid members for 30 seconds, regardless of where they're standing. However, it can only be used every 5 minutes, because once you put flaring power up, everybody in the raid that got it receives a debuff where they will not receive any benefit from flaring power until that debuff is gone. So, other things to note here on the bar: main spam and proc macro, crumbling resistance and ashen defense. Those, if you have no bard, keep them both up. If you do have a bard, your crumbling resistance is going to be overridden by one of the bard's abilities, so you only will need to put up ashen defense, and these are debuffs on the enemy. It makes them take more damage from physical and non-physical damage. Power drain is also on your bar. It's kind of like internalized charge, but I keep internalized charge on the bar too in case I'm trying to do damage. But really, with Archon, you're not going to do that much damage because all of your buffs give you decreases in all your stats for the most part. So power drain is going to reduce the damage by the enemy done by 10%. So basically what you want to do is, like before Orbs of Annihilation and Crucia, if you guys know what that is, pop that up, makes them do less damage. Or on Matriarch of Pestilence and EE, before she does her big 100 energy cooldown ability that nearly wipes the raid, pop your power drain on her before she does that, and it takes, it saves 10% of the damage from hitting the raid. So other than that, it's just a main spam. It's a 1 button main spam and your number 2 button with your proc. So let me show you a little bit about the damage it can do. Let's see, force stop and clear and go. There's a proc, get that off. Everything is all cast timed. After about 10 seconds or so, a lot of raids will call for flaring power, so let's put that up. Now you can see my debuff up here, Battle Weary, so keep that in mind. If that's there, you cannot use Flaring Power on him again, or it's going to be wasted. Now, as I said before, Patron's Rage on cooldown. Watch the timers up here, we're at 1 minute left. Once I cast Patron's Rage, boom, they're back up to 4 minutes. Let it channel. And then back to your main spam. Once Flaring Power is off 30 seconds later, you can put a lava field down on the floor, except I don't know why it won't cast on myself, but you're typically standing around somebody, so cast it on them. Your DPS in a raid doesn't really matter because you're the Archon. You're not meant to DPS. We're doing 11k right now after 1 minute. You know what we forgot? Crumbling Resistance and Ashen Defense. Don't forget to put those up. If you really want to get intricate with it, you can keep Volcanic Bomb, Earthen Barrage, and Spark Shower on your bar to watch. Before they come off cooldown like this, you can hit either Power Drain or Internalized Charge and do more DPS with these. These are 3 of your heaviest hitting abilities. So maintaining 11.5 to 12k on the raid practice dummies, it's not bad. In fact, in my opinion, it's about equal to Pyromancers. So now with Pyromancer 2, I have DPS'd higher than the 10 to 11k that I showed in the video. In the actual, I guess, real world, if you want to call it, against like in hunt rifts, whatever it may be, I have DPS'd higher. Just the raid boss practice dummy has different stats than some of the stuff out there. So, but yeah, that's all I got for you guys. And hopefully you enjoy getting some Pyrochon in. It helps the raid out. Your raid leaders will love you if you want to do it, and it's halfway decent DPS. So, alright, if you guys like the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel please. We are still planning on doing that 1,000 plat giveaway in the future once we have more subscribers. So the more subscribers means the faster you guys are going to win 100 or 1,000 plat. So thanks for watching. Have an awesome night, guys.